Hello everybody, welcome! We are about at Pyon-Pyon-Sha. How you doing? We're here in Iwate Prefecture. This is Morioka City. This is a really famous yakiniku restaurant, however. They're famous for a noodle, and today we're gonna be introducing you to Reimen. Reimen is not ramen, it's Reimen. It's a completely different kind of noodle, and I'm pretty excited to introduce this to you. A lot of people might never have heard of this noodle before. It's very famous here in Iwate. So we're gonna go inside and taste it, and actually get a chance to go inside the kitchen and watch them make it. Let's try it. I'm so excited about this live stream here. All right, I want to introduce you to Cody. Cody has an Instagram called Ramen Guy Japan, right?
Yep. Yeah, I run an Instagram and a YouTube called Ramen Guy Japan, and I write about ramen and other types of noodles all around Japan.
Awesome. Today we're going to be trying this. I think we got here some ramen, right?
Yep. So.
Oh, there it is right there. Oh, wow. So this is a completely different kind of noodles. It's not made with wheat and
It's made with regular flour. It's a Korean style noodle. I think it originates from North Korea, and it got brought over to Japan probably about 50, 60 years ago. And a little bit of the ingredients have changed over time to kind of adjust with available ingredients that you'll see in Japan. But yeah, it's mainly a Korean dish, and it's something that's looking forward to eating.
I'm getting up and I signal Cody because we're gonna go right into the kitchen now. And we're gonna watch them make ramen from the start. Masks on. Here we go. Konnichiwa. Whoa, you can see that they're boiling the noodles over here. Saisho ni. So first, in this bowl here, they're gonna be mixing the flour in with some water. So it's pretty basic, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Inside of here.
Yeah, and then everything's made from scratch as well.
I love that.
Made to order.
You can see there's the kitchen right there. Oh, they're gonna start just like right now. Look at this. Oh, this is awesome. So I've actually come here, just a quick little plug, on the Japan Rail, JR East Welcome Rail Pass 2020. I'm here in Morioka on this pass. It's really cool. It's available until the end of February, and that's my passport into getting into Morioka here. Nothing like a Shinkansen ride and some ramen. Oh, I'm really excited about this. Look at this. So right now we're in the process of making Reimen Noodles. So basically the flour that you saw there, and it looks like 300 grams. How many grams of water? Nan gram desu ka? 500. 500. 500 grams of water.
That's a kilogram of the flour, and then 500 cc.
Oh, that's simple. So it's a kilogram of flour and 500 cc's of water.
It's essentially just like a 2-in-1.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. 500 grams or 500 cc, that's right. And you can see here, I noticed this before. Look at the power move, right? You have the foot in the back, pushing the power into it. The technique is really neat to put that effort in there. Freshly made noodles, folks. This is a real treat here. Chomp, I think the chomp rates in here takes a lot of muscle. I think it does, and you can stay in shape making noodles. Making noodles is not an easy thing when you do it by hand like this. Again, there's no machine at this restaurant, which makes it so special. And again, Morioka is famous for having 3 noodles. This is one of them. Ramen. Okay. So he's gonna weigh it out to about half. Okay, so that was about 750 in here. Next it goes into this press. This is awesome. Whoa! So on the wall here, I don't know if you had noticed it, but the timer has started. 2 minutes, 45 seconds. And it's very, very strictly done. As soon as you cut it, put it in there, turn it a little bit, start the timer. So it's about 3 minutes in total. This is how amazing it is. From flour and water to your mouth. That's what we're doing with this ramen episode. From the actual making of it, flour in a bowl, to our mouths. The whole process in general takes about 8 minutes to get from making it all the way to eating it. And I think we're going to experience a level of freshness that we are not used to, being city boys. Hey, the panda photographer's here. Thanks for joining us, and thank you. I'm so happy you guys can join us for this. John Wakamatsu's in the house. Somebody's hungry. I see Brian De Paula 4 was here before. I'm doing pretty good. Kind of hungry. He's adding a little bit of water over there to cool it down. But what is really interesting about ramen is the next step here. The next step involves that over there, that tub of ice. Okay? So that's gonna be coming here. So we have about a minute left on this thing here. All right, Cody, let's switch. Here's the soup, right?
Yeah, that's the beef one.
That's the beef bone soup. We'll explain that in a second. Is this gluten-free, do you think? No. This is extra gluten. Gluten-free. I don't think so. Yeah, it's very interesting here. Thanks for writing that, Cody. It's actually really interesting. This is a beef bone broth, which is unusual for ramen. I guess you would find this only in ramen or some of the other noodle dishes here in Morioka, maybe. Again, everything is very regional. This is very famous here in Morioka. And in fact, I would say like ramen pretty much is exclusive to Morioka. You can find it elsewhere.
But this style is a Morioka exclusive.
All right, this is the Morioka style of ramen, right? All right, we seem to be at the end here. Thanks so much. If you guys want to see us eat it, click the thumbs up button. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes during this live stream. Again, this is a mobile live stream, 720p. That's what we're limited to. For everybody joining us, you're watching this live, the making of ramen. Not ramen, ramen. Now the word rei, R-E-I, actually it's used as like reitoko, which is a freezer. So rei means kind of ice. So that's how we get the name ramen, which means it's a cold noodle dish. Yeah, don't leave nothing behind. That's right, joining me on this adventure over there is Cody from Ramen Guide Japan. This isn't soba flour, it's just normal flour, right? With a little bit of gelatin in it.
But yeah, it's like a type of gelatin, and it gives it that kind of chewy texture to the soup.
Oh, right. You can see it. It is shocked now. It's been boiled, and now they just quickly want to cool it down, and this is shocking the noodles. Here. Now this is the centrifuge. Get rid of some of the water there. And now we get to this step here. Looks like they got a lot of bowls to make. It is now lunchtime here. So a lot of customers are coming in here, but we have access to get in here before the lunch rush, which is pretty exciting. Oh, the presentation is so good. Look at this. I love this. Then the ingredients, we have here a hard-boiled egg, some cucumbers. This looks like some beef here, some beef chashu steak right there. Some negi, green Welsh onions. And, nandaro, ringo? Pear, nashi. The nashi. And these are seasonal fruits that they add in there. And then some beef dashi on top of it. Whoa. Beautiful. And some sesame. And on the side there, we have some kimchi that you can add yourself as you like with spice. 大丈夫、別で。はい。ありがとうございます。Very cool to get a chance to take a look inside of the kitchen at how they make the ramen. Wasn't that pretty interesting?
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's done. Now we get to eat it. That's it, Cody. We want to eat it here, right?
Yep.
All right, let's have a seat. Welcome. Thanks for joining us for lunch, everybody. All right, beautiful restaurant. はいどうぞ。
失礼いたします。辛味別の盛岡冷麺をお持ちいたしました。こちらですね、麺とスープをよくかき混ぜていただきまして、スープなじませていただきます。そしてスープの味を味わっていただきましてから、辛味のキムチ、こちらをお好みでお入れいただきますね。失礼いたします。取り分け用の小鉢、こちらお使いくださいませ。失礼いたします。ごゆっくりどうぞ。
ありがとうございます。It's here. I'm so excited. All right. Just a little note, we've been taking our temperature for 14 days and have been tested, so we're all good. Temperature checks. This ramen is really, really special. Again, it's really famous here in Morioka, so that's why we come all this way, because I travel for food. That's somebody else's line. That's somebody else's. Is that Mark Weens? I don't know who's it. Trevor?
I can't put my finger on it.
I don't know. I
feel
travel
like
for
I've heard
food.
of a different vlogger that
Am I gonna get sued for saying that? But it's true. There we go, the hard-boiled egg. And then I want to show you the noodles here. Cody, go ahead and mess it up. And I said, we talked about this earlier. I said, it's so beautiful. I feel guilty almost sticking in the chopsticks and messing it up.
Yeah, I mean, to fully enjoy the dish, you have to kind of mix it up and get all the soup and noodles together. That way you get the full experience of the beef bone broth in with the chewy noodles.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's mix this all together.
Good. If you guys like this content, let's give us a thumbs up. Encourage us to do more. And maybe if we get 1,000 likes, I will stream the Wanko Soba challenge. You're gonna eat 100, right?
That's the goal, right?
Right. That's the goal. 100. We need 1,000 likes for that to happen.
All right. Should we separate some?
Right, Cody, you can have the big bowl this time. Actually, last time I filmed this before for another episode, and I ate the big bowl and Cody ate the small bowl. But this time I'm gonna give Cody the big bowl. Hey, Cody S. Japan food always an art. It is indeed. Washoku. Japanese cuisine. Presentation is important. All the little details are always important. And Oh, that's right. I didn't eat the chashu before. You did, didn't you?
I did.
So this is why you're giving me the toppings?
Yep.
Because you ate it last time.
Did eat it last time.
This is a North Korean dish initially?
Originally, yeah. It's more traditionally eaten in North Korea. But yeah, it somehow got its way down here to Japan. I think the owner said that one of the original shops was in Kansai, Osaka area.
Oh, right.
And then, yeah, it got brought up to Morioka, and a little bit of the ingredients have changed just to kind of adjust with the readily available ingredients here in Morioka. But the concept and the I guess the idea of ramen is still stemming from the original North Korean style, the
Right.
Pyongyang style.
Pyongyang style, North Korea. Interesting. All right, let's give this a try here. Now, you can add the kimchi to it to give it more of a spice and flavor to it, taste to it. But we're just gonna start off with the noodles. Now, you go in for the broth. I always make that mistake.
The broth is, I mean, it's a really deep beef bone broth, so I think you're gonna have a really good flavorful soup to go along with the noodles.
So with that, I can taste all of the ingredients. There's cucumber, there's sesame, there's the beef as well in there. It's interesting because it's all mixed up, but it separates on your tongue, which is, I don't know, you have to eat this. The broth in itself is as special as the noodles. All right, I'm going in for the noodles here.
All right.
Pan down.
Do you have the slurp down?
Oh, do you slurp this the same as you do with ramen?
Yeah, of course.
Oh. All right, let's do it.
All right.
Springy.
Very chewy.
Very, very chewy. Not, I don't know. It's like, at first I thought it was mochi, kind of like a gooey, but it's not because it doesn't really break apart in your mouth. It's very rubbery, I guess.
It's very gelatinous. There's like a gelatin content that you don't normally see in Japanese noodles like soba or udon or somen or ramen. Really, it's a very unique kind of texture, and yeah, it's something that's really good.
Yeah.
Here in this Morioka kind of yakiniku restaurant, which
Right.
again is a top 100
Yakiniku restaurant.
yakiniku restaurant in Japan.
That's what we have here. The countertops are actually for grills for yakiniku, but why is ramen at yakiniku restaurants? Is there something to it? Like, this is, I know when you eat certain dishes at teppanyaki, they'll sometimes have yakisoba as like a finisher, right? Kind of like that game over noodle. But
Noodles in Japan, they call it the shime, which is like the end, kind of like the finisher. So a lot of Japanese meals tend to finish with a certain noodle dish. And yeah, that kind of idea kind of leaked over with the Korean restaurants that opened here in Japan. And they would most likely serve ramen as a shime, and that way you could finish your meal off with some noodles to kind of, I guess, soak up any alcohol that you may have drinking during the meal, or just fill up the extra space in your stomach and leave very fulfilled.
it's doing that to me right now. I feel very, very fulfilled. Take a look at this piece of very thinly cut beef here. I'll turn it around to the camera. You can get a closer look at it. It's beautiful. I guess you would find a piece of chashu in ramen, but this is beef. Chashu would be pork. This is Iwate's local beef, the Wagyu, he said. And again, this area is so natural. It's got really good beef as well, but not as famous as Yonezawa and some of the other places. It's a newer brand. Not back to the Meiji period. Beef was... I got a lot of stories on that. Ooh.
Quite tender.
I didn't think it was going to be as juicy. It looked like akami, more red and not so much fat in there, but it was...
It looks like a dry piece because of how thin it is and how kind of like dense it is. But it's almost like it's like a beef jerky that soaked up a lot of soup, it feels like. You kind of get that condensed flavor of the beef, but then it soaks up the nice soup flavor as well, and just really, it's like a flavor bomb in your mouth.
flavor bomb. I love that. We have some kimchi here, and I guess you just add as you like, right?
And I think what he had mentioned was that the difference between, I guess, the Japanese style kimchi and the Korean style ramen of the kimchi is that in Japan the kimchi is a lot spicier. From what I've heard, it's because the chili
Japan is
peppers-
spicier. Sorry.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So from what I heard, it's because the chili peppers they are grown in a temperate that makes for a spicier chili in Japan, and because the chili peppers are a lot cheaper, using the chili peppers that are grown in Japan, the kimchi turns out to be a little bit spicier. And then so the kimchi that you add in Japanese ramen here in Morioka is a lot spicier than the kimchi that you would add, let's say in North Korea, Pyongyang.
Wow. It is a little bit spicy. And I guess they said the difference was kimchi and kimuchi. Kimuchi is the way you would say it in Japan. But really, they're good in both places, just different. Just different. They put a nashi pear in there. And again, I guess in the summer, you'd have a piece of watermelon. So you would add a little seasonal fruit to it. And it does add some complexity, some character to the broth, I think, having different ingredients. So if you came here in the winter, spring, summer, fall, you're going to get maybe a different flavor. But ramen in general is a winter food, which I was very curious about, because you saw that they shock it. So this is a cold dish eaten in the winter. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
I mean, it's kind of like how in Japan they say that you want to eat ramen during the summer. It makes you sweat, and that sweat helps you cool down in the summer heat.
Right.
So I guess it's like the backwards thinking, where if you're cold on the inside, you might feel warmer against the outside weather. And so having a lower body temperature kind of equalizes the coldness that you feel outside. And yeah, Japanese people like to eat cold things in the winter sometimes. It's a weird concept. I don't know if I truly believe it.
Especially here in Iwate, because it's cold here in the winter. They get a serious amount of snow. In fact, Aomori, which is the neighboring prefecture where we're going to be going to the day after tomorrow, they have the most snow in Japan, more than Hokkaido, is in Aomori, just because of the way it's positioned, like right between three bodies of water. So they get a lot of snow here, but they like to eat cold stuff in the winter. Weird, but cool. I guess if you're going to be under the kotatsu the entire time, you might want something to kind of chill with. Ramen would be pretty cool.
And there's a lot of acidity to it.
Yeah.
And I think you could kind of tell with the acidity is added from both a vinegar and from the kimchi. And that vinegar kind of ups your internal body temperature as well, so it kind
Yeah.
of helps you heat up during the winter.
Yeah, you can see, I guess when you look closer at it, you can see the glutinous part of it. It's got a little bit of that potato that you would have.
Kind of starchiness.
Yeah, starchiness to it. So you saw it look like flour, but there was more than just flour in there, huh? Yeah.
He didn't want to go deep into the specifics of what goes
That's where
into
the secret is. I knew the chef had some secrets. He wouldn't tell us exactly what is inside that flour-looking stuff.
But yeah, it's a mixture of flour, a little bit of gluten, kind of like a, almost like a gelatin kind of construct. And they're all mixed in together with the water, and it gets this kind of chewy texture.
I think that's why this is so good. I don't think if I ever had ramen again, I'll be comparing it to this place in particular, and I don't think it'll ever be as good as right here. This is a very famous place for ramen in the entire country of Japan. And if you're thinking of trying different kinds of noodles, Tohoku here is stacked with different places to go. And again, one more time, just to pitch, because I'm so thankful for it. This is the JR East Welcome Rail Pass 2020 that's available now until end of February, and it's only $100. It's about $100. It's 12,000 yen, and I can use the Shinkansen for 3 days unlimited, which is really cool because I'm a resident of Japan, and you have access to this. If you are not a tourist, you can use this pass, and if you are a tourist, you can use this pass. I like what they're doing. All right, folks, we're gonna be. It looks like we're short of the 1,000 likes required for us, Cody, to eat the Wanko Soba challenge. So I guess you're off the hook.
All right, so no 100 bowls of wanko soba for me.
Really? Really? You guys can't click the like button? Really? I'm so disappointed. We would need about 1,000 for that. We're gonna be eating around 2 p.m. and around 2:30 I'll set up this live stream. Wanko soba is one of the really interesting soba challenges here in Morioka. They bring out, I guess you're not a man unless you eat 100 bowls. I can already tell you I'm not a man. I'm like a boy, okay? I'm like between boyhood and manhood. I don't know, but I could probably eat 100. They're like really small. They can't be that hard.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. It's up to
It's
you.
quite a lot of noodles. Maybe we should hold off on finishing this.
All right. We're gonna save it. If you have some questions, leave a comment below and we're happy to respond to it. I want to introduce you to new types of noodles, new types of food, new types of cuisine here in Japan. Traveling is a reason to eat, right? There's amazing foods all over the place. Tohoku, these three prefectures that we're going to be going to, which is Iwate, Akita, and Aomori next, have some amazing foods, regional dishes. Not just ramen, but they do have ramen. And they found a way to innovate the ramen here and make it different, special for this region, and super delicious and famous. And we're going to be going to a couple of those really famous places as well on this ramen trip. Yeah. Any last words?
Yeah, stay tuned. We have some soba, we have some udon, we have some ramen, we have a Chinese style noodle dish, which
Jajangmyeon.
Yeah, jajangmyeon. So yeah, stay tuned and hopefully you'll catch us eating those as well.
Yeah. Again, leave a comment below. Hit the like button if we get to 1,000 likes. We will live stream that Wanko Soba challenge, a little bit of it to give you a taste and what that's like live. It's different. It's crazy. And I'm so thankful that you guys can join us. Stay safe wherever you are in the world. You just saw kind of like how you could make your own ramen. Maybe it's like something you could do at home, right?
Yeah.
You gotta really put the effort in there. And if you're watching in the live, go back in the playback and we show you inside the kitchen how they make it. I think it's really special to get that kind of inside look on how they make the Japanese food. Again, the presentation of this was incredible. I'm so happy. This place is called Pyon-Pyon-Sha. Pyon-Pyon-Sha. I put a link in the description. If you're in Morioka or you're thinking of coming up to Tohoku, please do. Hit this place up. It's about a 10-minute taxi ride from the station. It costs us about 1,000 yen.
They also have a location right near the station.
Oh, yeah, right.
And both locations are considered a top 100 yakiniku restaurant in East Japan. So yeah, be sure to check it out.
Yeah, you can get more than the ramen. You can also get yakiniku here, one of the top 100 in the entire country. Or is it East Japan?
East Japan.
In East Japan, which is actually pretty amazing because there's a lot of yakiniku places.
Top 200 in Japan.
Yeah, we make it the top 200 in Japan, yeah. All right, folks. Have a good day. Have a good night wherever you are in the world. We'll be back in a few hours for some wanko soba. It's a lot of food. I don't know if I should be excited or I should be nervous. Should I be nervous? Should I be?
A little bit scared.
A little bit. WRX Turbo, and is that Irvin or Vaughn? Thanks, mate. We're gonna put that to some good use here. Have a good day. See you guys. Bye from a yakiniku restaurant here, Morioka. That was pretty fun. Are you still hungry? I'm not hungry. I gotta work up an appetite.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. I can live with that.